Skyrim is full of surprises. Things were going well. Customs let me move in from High Rock, set me up in Shorestone of all places, about as far from home as you can get. It's absolutely beautiful. I may not be among the streets of Wayrest, but I've always yearned for the humble life. Guess they needed an extra pair of hands to chop lumber pretty badly to bless a man like me with this land. I met a local, helped her deliver letters to her parents, got married pretty quickly. How she ever fell for a face like mine is definitely the work of Lady Mara. Life was good, until I found her like this. You'd almost think she's sleeping, except the warmth of her love and her life was gone. It was that day that I swore I'd have my vengeance. On all of them. I'm going to kill every last vampire abomination in Skyrim. I was on my way to Darkwater Crossing to deliver the bad news to Silja's parents when the ambush happened. Now I'm stuck on a wagon full of rebels. Might as well explain the rules while I'm here. Number 1, I'll be hunting down every last vampire in Skyrim. My list consists of Harkon and the Volkihar vampires, every named vampire, and every vampire lair in the Skyrim wiki. Number 2, I'll be playing Skyrim normally, so minimal glitches and exploits and no overpowered leveling to get too strong too fast. I will be leveling, upgrading, and training as naturally as possible, minus some training from tutors. As a side note, I'm going to focus very heavily on the Dawnguard faction for obvious reasons. Number 3, I am not the Dragonborn in this playthrough, or at least I don't know that I am, so I won't be using shouts, and I won't be progressing the main story in any meaningful way. And lastly, at number 4, I must play on Legendary difficulty to emphasize the danger of vampires in Skyrim. Vampires in the lore are really dangerous to normal people and soldiers, so we're going to mimic that in this playthrough. Well, damn, that was a really sad intro, but I know something that will cheer you up and make me some money. And that's the sponsor of today's video, Displate. Displates are metal posters that are much more sturdy and last a lot longer than your typical paper and canvas posters. If you want to spruce up the one space your wife let you have as your quote-unquote office, you can choose from over 2 million designs which feature artwork from franchises like The Witcher, Elden Ring, and of course, The Elder Scrolls. Installation is easy too. Simply clean off the surface, stick the protective leaf, place the magnet, and mount your displate. No, the other mount. And if you want to replace your displate, check this out. You can just swap the poster. Pretty insane. But of course we can't forget about the new custom displate. With custom displates, you can turn any image into a premium metal poster. Just upload your artwork, get an instant preview, and place your order in a matter of minutes. What was previously exclusive to the Displate Club is now available for everyone to enjoy. So if you would like to order a displate, please use my link or the code in the description at checkout. Those who do will receive some pretty hefty discounts shown on screen now. A big thank you to Displate for sponsoring today's video. And if you'd like to help me afford more than just this one wall my wife let me have, click the link. I report my name as Dilberto, lamenting that my life can somehow still get worse.
Why are we still here?
And as I accept my fate, I feel a warm spot in my pants and immediately gain the strength to run, because it turns out there are scarier things than vampires in this world. After watching a man get launched for the price of a lowly soldier's wage, I decide to side with the side that didn't get homicided and show off my ugly bald mug. A sign of things to come for me in real life. After slogging my way through the Legion's best and brightest, I slay the captain to take our heavy armor, bask in a little perceived betrayal, and embrace my inner optimal gamer for some stealth archery, which quickly devolves into melee combat. With the furry dusted, I assume my secret identity and officially start the run. After picking every mountain flower in sight, I begin the run by selecting the warrior stone since my magical talent is lacking at the moment, and most of my gameplay will be with melee combat. I prefer to tackle my problems with a hands-on approach. As always, I encounter Sven's shit-eating grin, which is about as welcome as a cramp in my left ass cheek, and promptly offer my assistance at the local smithy.
How about you smith me an iron dagger?
A couple of items returned and some early drip created, and we're off to a good start. Gotta hide that ugly mug somehow. I rat out Sven to his neighborhood crush so he can't do the dirty flirty, and rush my way to Whiterun. Outside the city, I demonstrate to the local giant what's called the Nordic Calf Slicer, and proceed to raid the local farms of cabbages, leeks, potatoes, and tomatoes. One guaranteed speech check later,
Fine.
I grab some firewood for Hulda, unlock free stays at the inn,
Honest gold for honest work.
and make one of Silja's specialties, vegetable soup. The fond memories of our love are enough to fuel my rage for 12 minutes per serving. allowing me to power attack at will. It's definitely not because of the constant stamina regen. I complete some low-level household chores, and at level 4, with 1 perk point into restoration already, I'll put the rest into alchemy for now. I'll also be leveling health exclusively this run as per usual. Stamina is not needed because of the vegetable soup, and we can reduce magic costs pretty easy with gear if needed. Now all that's left to do is head up to Dragon's Reach and report the dragon sighting to old Jarl Balin.
You saw this dragon with your own eyes?
And that is all I'll be doing for the main quest. I'll have no part of these dragons. Funny enough, by doing this, the dragons will miraculously not appear in the wild. Who knew that Alduin was such a patient adversary? 1 trip to Ripton is what the doctor ordered.
Climb and back and we'll be off.
So we can go pay the Dawnguard a visit for the real objective this playthrough. Is what I would like to say before this damn wood elf decided he wanted to get axed by a random Breton. I guess he was still angry about the Merethic cleansing from the last playthrough. I won't lie, this early on in the playthrough, the damage is pretty terrible. About as terrible as bringing your fists to an axe fight. And again, the game celebrating the death of yet another Bosmer. Some things never change, Todd Oldby. Now then, back to our regularly scheduled programming. Fun fact, you don't actually need to be level 10 to join the Dawnguard when Duroc finds you in the nearest town. You can just head into the valley and join up. And while I'm on my way to the Dawnguard to smash some vampires, how about you smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for more Skyrim content.
Oh, hey there. You here to join the Dawnguard too?
And if you'd like to be like Eggmeyer here and join me on the journey, then please consider becoming a channel member for exclusive perks like sneak peeks and exclusive Discord channel, exclusive YouTube posts, and many other goodies. I know it's rough out there, boys, so please only join if you really want to and can comfortably afford to do so. Your boy doesn't want to sacrifice your last can of beans for some monthly fun money.
Wow. Bigger than I expected.
I say that every time I weigh myself in the morning. I grab a crossbow and some bolts from Duroc outside.
Nothing better for putting down vampires.
And give it a test drive. Damn, that arm stretch is a different kind of Eldritch horror, and I thought Hermaeus Mora was stretchy. Now let's see what the big discussion's all about.
The Hall of the Vigilance. Everyone. They're all dead.
Oh, well that's not good. The Vigilance of Stendarr are the ones usually cleaning up the vampire mess, and here I was thinking my tragedy was unique.
So who are you? What do you want?
I'm here to take the fight to the damn vampires. They killed my wife. I'll destroy every last one of them.
I need someone out in the field taking the fight to the damn vampires.
Well, good. That's what I just said.
Go see what the vampires were looking for in this dim hollow crypt. With any luck, they'll still be there.
All well and good. I'll just need to make some preparations first.
There isn't much yet, but you're welcome to anything you can use.
Sounds good.
I'll meet you at Dim Hollow. It's the least I can do to avenge my fallen comrades.
Tolan, I don't think that's a good idea.
Yeah, dude, I would second that sentiment.
Stendarr granted you do not have to face the same test and be found wanting.
Alright, dude. I guess I'll see you there. The fort actually has some decent supplies to start out with. I can grab some spare potions, there's some armor outside, there's a Dawnguard War Axe, which does additional damage to vampires, and finally we have a Dawnguard Shield, which does extra bash damage to vampires. Now unfortunately I don't have a full set of Dawnguard armor, so the bonus defenses against vampires won't really apply here, but I can still use the shield and axe just fine. Now then, some of you modders who are used to the unofficial patch would know that there should be a Sunfire spell tome right here on the shelves, but in vanilla Skyrim, it's actually way down here. That's right, the book placement is bugged, so I won't be using it. Not yet anyway. There's a couple more steps to do for that.
Isran found something for you to do, eh? I thought he'd like you. Good luck.
Oh yeah, sure. Just casually go take on a cave full of vampires that took out the Vigilance of Stendarr. Alone. Sounds like he really loves my little Breton ass. Looks like they weren't kidding about the Hall of the Vigilant. Sad as I am to see them go, at least I can get some free loot and potions of cure disease. Now then, up to the mountain in this dim hollow crypt. There's a location discovered, but I actually have one more buff to collect. Up a little further, there's a special little standing stone that viewers of the channel will be familiar with that I grab when I want the run to feel a bit more honest. Just gotta take the trash out first.
I can take you.
Almost done. Okay, I guess Todd Howard was ahead of his time, letting the crossbow aura farm for us. There we go. And here's the Lord Stone for 50 armor rating and more importantly, a free 25% magic resistance boost with my Breton racial passive that makes 50% magic resistance for minimal investment. Now let's bring the fight to the damn vampires.
These vigilants never know when to give up. I thought we'd taught them enough of a lesson at their hall.
To come in here alone. A fool like all the rest of them.
Well, I guess Toland didn't make it that far. Here we go, my first vampire about ready to bite his own dust. Well, not quite. Okay, here comes the demon doggy. Damn, that 50% stagger chance on crossbows really coming in clutch. Switch to axe. Mara's tits, that hound packs a punch. Try to heal, maybe? Well, that's honestly, realistically how that would go, I guess. Alright, take two. I guess that just works now. There's that death hound again. Yep, that's gonna be some work. Still has like a truck, damn. Okay, this ledge should help with the pathing. Maybe if I can just cross over. That's it, come this way. Decent little chunk there. Blindside attack, maybe? Come on, just get the fledgling down. Ooh, that's too close. Mid-fight level? Yep, putting it into heavy armor for sure. Okay, there's the fledgling. Still hitting like a truck. Yep, that's my life again. Alright, come on, bitch. Level up health regen. And finally, there's the kill cam. At least Toland had some steel plate I can steal. I'll be here all night. Now I just gotta do that like 4 more times and we'll be golden. So, not like that. Another perk into heavy armor. Sit down. I can hear the echoes in your hollow heart, abomination. Okay, swap to melee. Well, that's not good. Gonna need to use the old noggin here. Sneak away from the aggro.
You can't hide from me.
I think I rather can, actually. One down. Alright, I can't take the rest of you on by myself, so you're gonna have to form a line. Looks like I have a volunteer. Just let me heal first, please. There's one. There's two. And there's three. Looks like I can handle a 1v1 just fine. Now this next part might be a bit challenging. Okay, that damage isn't bad so far. Alright, there we go. Alright, low kill might be a problem. Come on, buddy, let's lure you up here.
Why fight me? Your blood is already mine.
Crap, missed the door close. That was close. Don't really have any heals. Yep, that is some damage. Okay, let's take low kill last. Well, that worked. So swimming technically isn't sneaking, but it still lets me stay undetected. So it kind of is in a way. There's the fledgling. You really gotta appreciate the amount of care that goes into planning out your next move as a technically normal character on Legendary difficulty. Maneuvering across the cavern, having an exit plan against a stronger enemy, definitely a more tactical way to play. Ooh, nice shot. Alright, he's coming my way. Time to swim. Okay, let's try to get him again. Alright, looks like he found me out. Shit. Damn, that Vampiric Drain spell really hurts. Let's take one-handed. Time to game, boys. Well, that's depressing. Okay, I'm not sure why, but he got into the water, I took out his skelly, and then he just kind of stayed there for the rest of the fight. I'm not sure if Todd meant to program the vampires to not be able to swim very well, but he definitely could have fooled me. Eat it, vampire scum. Sheesh, a finger prick that goes through both my hand and steel plate? Who the hell built this damn thing? A goth girl of all things? How in the hell did she get down? Holy f***, she's a vampire?
And I'm not totally sure if I can trust you.
Well, at least she isn't immediately coming from my throat like a blood-starved animal. I'm more interested to figure out how she got an Elder Scroll. Oh, and apparently the statues are after us now? Oh, so it's going to be one of those fights, huh? Well, as long as Serana takes the aggro, I can use my vegetable suit for stamina regen and infinite power attacks, and slowly but surely put the gargoyle down. Now I can take down the second one. Same story for the rest of the Draugr. And the hard part is finally over. Only took over an hour to clear this dungeon.
It's so good to breathe again.
How is this monstrosity so relatable? It's starting to bug me. Serana's home is northwest of Solitude, so I traveled to the Whiterun stables to get taken to Katla's farm. Between bumping into Talsgar, fending off some wolves, and waylaying on the local bandit population, we finally traveled to the one random intact boat off the shore outside of a Thalmor base, and take it to Castle Volkihar. Not gonna lie, it's kind of funny to imagine Skyrim's most powerful vampires just crossing the sea on a tiny-ass boat before wreaking havoc on the continent, as morbid as that is.
I wanted to thank you for getting me this far, but after we get in there, I'm going to go my own way for a while.
Oh, I'm sure Isran wouldn't have a problem with that at all, considering you have an Elder Scroll.
Once we're inside, just keep quiet for a bit. Let me take the lead.
I have a really bad feeling about this. Holy Mara's giant voluptuous tracts of land! What in oblivion is that? A castle full of vampires, human cattle, death hounds, vials of blood?
If only your traitor mother were here, I would let her watch this reunion before putting her head on a spike.
I think I'm gonna be sick.
I am Harkon, Lord of this court. By now, my daughter will have told you what we are.
You're a bunch of hideous vampire abominations.
Not just vampires. We are among the oldest and most powerful vampires in Skyrim.
Oh great, of course you are. Why wouldn't my first day on the job be to run into certain death?
Behold the power!
Oh god, I think I got some in my mouth.
You are prey, like all mortals. I banish you.
Well, Isran's not gonna like this. After helping to thin out the herd assaulting Fort Dawnguard, I report my findings to Isran about the ancient vampires and the Elder Scroll.
By the Divines. This couldn't get much worse.
In response, he sends me to find some old friends. We're gonna need all the help we can get if we're gonna take on such a powerful enemy. During my travels, I stumble across a pack of wolves absolutely murking a stray dog. Of course I can't let that stand. Can't just let the poor thing freeze out here, so I decide to let him travel with me for a time. We'll at least put him to good use.
You there! Hold fast! I've tracked this damned bear for 2 weeks. I'll not let it have any more victims.
Get in there, lassie! Get that damn bear! Dude, this dog is straight up taking an ice wraith and a cave bear. Where can I find one of these damn things in real life? With the bear gone, I recruit Gunmar to Fort Dawnguard, watch Skyrim's finest take down a whole-ass saber-cat, and hunt down Sorine Gerard.
See you there.
So welcome to Fort Dawnguard. Sorine, you'll find room to start your tinkering on that crossbow design you've been working on. Gunmar, there's an area large enough for you to pen up some trolls. Get them armored up and ready for use.
Both of those sound amazing for destroying this plague on our land. Alright, Isran, what is it you want? Oh, Molag Bal's Milkfinger! What in the hell is she doing here?
It all comes back to my father.
Well, yes, I assume that's half of how you were birthed into this world, but that's not really what I meant.
He stumbled onto this obscure prophecy and just kind of lost himself in it. He wants to control the sun. Have vampires control the world.
So that explains the Elder Scroll bit.
Actually, now that I think of it, I'm going to come along with you.
No, I'm not sure I can trust you yet. Also, I need to become stronger before I start a war with the strongest vampire faction of all of Skyrim. So I'm gonna send this dog home, buy myself some Dawnguard heavy armor now that Gunmar is with us, and assist Sorine with her crossbow designs. While speaking with her, I make sure to buy the Sunfire spell, which I couldn't get before, recruit me an armored good boy, train heavy armor with Isran between all the trips, and take on the bandits over at Faldar's 2. Okay, maybe take the lower route this time so Poochie can follow me. So far, so good. Okay, this one's a little tougher. There we go. Oh great, a betting ring and a ton of bandits. Sit down. Okay, let's see what's through here. Oh lord, it's a room full of bandit outlaws and thugs. Oh, and one of them is two-handed. Not good. Okay, focus fire on one so Poochie can live and take up the hits. Shoot, we had a good run, doggy. Okay, looks like the orc wants to follow me. Good thing I know just the area to fight him in. Okay, here we are back in the dungeon area with the trap door. Just gonna hide behind here and get the door. Oh shoot, he followed me back here. Level up, heal. Savage strike. Okay, lure him out. Get back. Close the door. Okay, he's back here with me again. Get the door back. No, come on, dude, that was so close. Okay, heal. Oh, thanks, Sindar above. I trapped him back there. Okay, now where is that pressure plate? Todd Howard, you amazing man. Now let's go back and check on Poochie. You're alive? No way, he actually killed both those bandits. What is Isran feeding these things? That's the last of them. Finally, we can get out of here. There's the tower from before. Hello? Anyone home? It's usually a bandit chief up here. Okay, Todd the God has blessed us with good fortune and easy loot today. Don't mind if I do. Here you are, Serene, just what the doctor ordered.
You're back and alive to boot. Fantastic. With a similar technique and a little tinkering, I should be able to improve the capabilities of our crossbows.
So with the enhanced version of the crossbow, we'll ignore 50% of the target's armor, which is really useful. And of course, with a 50% chance to stagger, crossbows are packing quite a punch. Now, I do encounter some difficulties fetching the rest of the Dwemer plans, so after several attempts of taking out the trash, retrieving Dwemer schematics, sailing to Solstheim, taking out more trash, and yet even more trash, and grabbing more schematics, ooh, a necklace of minor wielding. Nice. I decide it's probably best if I change my strategy. I buy me some fast healing and some oak flesh, and develop a new Dawnguard policy. We are now going to be traveling with an armored troll at all times. Now, if you know anything about trolls, you'd know they have a good health pool and insane health regen, making him really tanky. He also deals a good bit of damage. Now, he is weak to fire, but what vampire is going to go into battle wielding fire that they're also weak to? I would wager not very many. I mean, just look at how he absolutely mogs this rock trap. Absolute Giga Chad troll. Oh, what's that? You have a bandit chief on him? Brother, I don't think he cares all that much. I mean, look at this absolute unit. He does not care! He will taunt you mid-fight! Yeah, man, I don't know why I never used the troll before. Absolutely unfair. Gonna make sure I grab transmute from the Halted Stream camp, and there's another schematic. And now I can dig up some more and start transmuting.
Here's the location of the next set of Dwemer diagrams. Thanks.
And I've decided that I want to die.
Right, so Falbathars is located on Solstheim and is notoriously the dwarven ruin where you are rewarded the visions of Mizund. As such, it is home to Reeklings, which are pretty tough at my level, and dwarven automatons, which are also pretty tough. I mean, just look at that damage. Now, it's nothing we can't handle, but it's also not an easy task. Oh yeah, I also came across some Creation Club content, which I'm deliberately not finishing because I think it would cheese the run too much. So if you see this scimitar in my inventory, that's why. It's a quest item, and I can't get rid of it. And I just said scimitar instead of scimitar, so my brain is rotting. Now mechanically, this dungeon is pretty cool. It's got these spinning gears, which mix up the navigation and all that. But I'm going to skip to the end because this took over an hour. The last bit of the dungeon has us face off against Dwarven Centurions, but the cool part is that it's actually pretty easy. Because I use Vegetable Soup this playthrough, I can shield bash these clankers and power attack them repeatedly. basically stun locking them. That's one down, and that's two. Now for the prize, the Dwarven Crossbow Schematic. I will not be taking the Visions of Mazun, by the way. And with one final Bandit Chief hitting the deck, that is our last Dwarven Schematic, the Enhanced Dwarven Crossbow, a stronger variant of the regular Enhanced Crossbow. Now that I actually have the weapons I want for now, it's time to train up my smithing when I can, so I can start by crafting jewelry at the forge when I can, and I'll continue to do so in between missions. And speaking of missions, there are several Radiant quests you can participate in from the Dawnguard. You can take on some bandits and hunt down a master vampire among their ranks. You can hide from me, but I can smell your fear! You can do the most annoying f***ing thing in Skyrim and try to take out this visiting advisor to the Jarl. You can't convince the Jarl he's a vampire.
I'd need proof.
Which you can't provide unless you can pickpocket these orders, and reading it isn't enough. And you can't kill him discreetly because he's always sniffing the Jarl's asshole. And you can't tell the guards, so they probably kill you on Legendary. My guy straight up uses his vampiric drain and they behead me instead, of course. And he's technically not undead according to Todd, so restoration spells do nothing. So you either have to get lucky with pickpocketing, which I never am, or you have to let your troll tank up the guards long enough for you to brute force the quest.
I guess you're smarter than you look.
So yeah, annoying ass quest. Alright, let's go loot him. Oh, you gotta be kidding me, my jail time was long enough to trigger the vampirism. Great. Isran's gonna love this.
How dare you set foot in here after being infected by those foul beasts? Go to Morthal and speak to Thalion. He can help you. Otherwise, you're dead to me.
Yep, that's fair. Can't believe I would ever let myself become so careless as to become an abomination myself.
If you stand before me to accuse me of sacrificing children or eating the hearts of the dead, you may save your breath.
Ugh. Brother, ugh. Listen, I just need a cure for my vampirism. I was careless.
It requires a filled black soul gem. You will need to kill someone.
Well, I know of a certain annoying necromancer up by Usengrav who fits the bill.
Meet me at the summoning circle in the marsh at dawn.
As this troll is my witness, my wretched abomination self shall be cured.
Maybe now they'll afford the vampire threat a tad bit more respect.
I certainly will, Isran. Alright, let's go round up our lone volunteer since no one else wants to be my follower.
Were you looking for me?
No, not really, but you're all I've got. Serana and I kicked down the front door of Fulbriar's Holdout and confront Malchus, who it turns out is a nasty shock spell that's not good for my health. My 50% magic resistance is starting to show its holes. Thankfully, it turns out he's kind of a scrub when it comes to melee combat. It's funny, the more you play Skyrim, the more you realize how underpowered an enemy spell sword can be. With no ability to interrupt my onslaught, he goes down without much of a fight. And that's the last of them. Now to free Dexian by beating the devil out of him, literally, and making him read the scrolls of Eldritch Abomination. Serana starts babbling about some crucial information that would have been nice to know earlier, but that can wait, as I have a crucial missing member to fetch.
Do you have a moment? Gunmar and I agree that we're going to need Florentius to help.
In that case, I'm going to need someone trustworthy to join me on this rescue mission.
I suppose Master Neloth won't mind.
Brother, what in the hell are you talking about? And I'm going to need to cover my magic resistance after that fight with Malchus. So off to Denyabalu and Riften I go to start the Book of Love quest. I witnessed the smoothest pickup line in Skyrim.
What good are fish if you have to eat them alone?
I watched the wrinkled folk put more wrinkles in the sheets.
Come here.
And whatever the hell this is.
I'm so confused.
So now I get some magic resist, somehow.
Carry the blessings of Mara with you.
Sweet, so now that's 65% total. Now let's go save a Priest of Arkay. So the Runevald expedition is home to these charmed vigilants of Stendarr who are being controlled by this vampire named Minorn. Despite not having any armor equipped, her large health pool and magic spells make her a bit of a handful to deal with. That healing spell is just insulting as well. Eventually though, we're able to double team the troublesome spawn of Cold Harbor and send her on her way to Molag's Ballsack.
I knew it. I knew Arkay would save me. I asked for help, and he sent you.
Now, I don't know if Florentius actually listens to Arkay, but Cableworks has a great video on it in a brand new channel, which you should totally check out. It's in the description. After directing him back to Fort Dawnguard, I make sure to purchase Stendarr's Aura and Vampire's Bane from him, which are decently powerful restoration spells that damage the undead. and they look really cool, which is the most important thing. And now that Florentius is here, I can actually start brewing some potions, namely Fortify Marksman, which boosts all damage, Fortify and Restore Health, and Resist Magic. So now we can test out our power against the Lesser Vampire Den. Pinemoon Cave is the first real den I get assigned from the Dawnguard, and honestly, it's not much to write home about, just a few vampires in a dingy, dank, depressing delve of rock. They're no match for the light of the Dawnguard.
We're routed!
And that's that.
Seems the previous incarnation of the Dawnguard had, at one time, some interesting toys.
And finally, Florentius is starting to do what I want him to.
A powerful warhammer imbued with magic.
Not that one. So Florentius has these Radiant quests that will send you to retrieve ancient rune relics of the Dawnguard. The problem is, I'm looking for only one of these relics in particular. So working to fetch this warhammer isn't really going to cut it. Well, well, well.
A new hand touches the beacon. Return my beacon to Mount Kilcreath, and I will make you the instrument of my cleansing light.
Your terms are acceptable. We'll have to retrieve that later though. Priorities and all.
Speak with Gunmar. He has something for you.
Right, so here's where we enter the annoying part of these Radiant quests. Florentius will assign the relic quests randomly in conjunction with all the other Dawnguard Radiant quests, so normally it can take a while to get the right quests. It's not uncommon to casually just be sent out to clear Bloodskull Barrow and fight a Reaver Lord just to take out one Master Vampire. Oh, and then get sent to another random heavily guarded location like Morvenskar just to take out one Master Vampire there. And then deal with another visiting advisor that you have to break the law to kill because some clueless guards can't tell he's obviously a vampire, and then when he finally gets around to actually assigning you a relic, it's this.
A magical shield that, when blocked with, surrounds its wielder with a holy aura that harms the undead.
I swear, I just get the worst luck sometimes. So the shield sucks and it's light armor, so screw me, I guess. Between all the other Radiant missions, I did get sent to clear out Marazai Pond though, which is an actual vampire den at least, so not a complete waste of time, at least not this time. But you know, all this random raid this, kill that type of content gets pretty old after the 10th time when you have a video to make. Stendarr's Blinding Bulge, 40 minutes later a guy hits level 26 and all of a sudden I get epilepsy in this bitch. Oh, and the Anniversary Edition just tacks on some Dragonplate insulated armor like Christmas came early. Like, what the hell are we even doing here anymore? I'll spare you the details. I die a lot. But eventually, we're able to pull ahead. Not gonna loot his armor. I feel like that kind of breaks immersion for this run. But yeah, after the 20th mission from Gunmar, it starts to weigh on a man's mind after a while. So I'm just gonna reload my save until he gives me the missions I want.
An axe imbued with magic, fueled by the destruction of the unholy.
Perfect.
Arkay warns its baneful charge abates with each dawn.
Yeah, about that. The Dawnguard Rune Axe actually gains power with every undead enemy you kill and is supposed to reset its kill count against the undead each day, but thankfully for us, Bethesda is not the best at coding, so it turns out the kill count never resets, so this Draugr counts forever. And so does this one. And this one. What's also cool is the axe's sun damage grows by 10 points for every 10 undead you slay, up to a maximum of 100 points of sun damage per strike, which ironically means that this one bug causes this axe to be one of the most inconvenient to min-max, all the way to one of the most efficient undead killing machines in the entire game. Hell, by that metric, it's an even better weapon than Dawnbreaker. Also, the enchantment doesn't need soul gems to recharge, which is freaking crazy. So yeah, all that glazing to say, it's a really good axe. And all those hours of off-camera training are finally paying off. That's 60 smithing, and that's Arcane Blacksmith. One blacksmith's potion down the hatch, and we can get some decently improved weapons and some exquisite armor. It ain't much, but it's honest work. Oh yeah, and I also found time to grab the magic resist perk in Alteration, so that's 75% magic resistance. Now, how about a visit to everyone's favorite jump scare?
If they love me not, how can my love reach them?
Just gonna place the beacon in the Pez. Okay, what is happening? When I was a kid, I freaked the hell out the first time that happened to me. Like, what's even the point? I'm just gonna be running through a dungeon on the ground anyway. So one cool thing about this dungeon is you get to loot all these desecrated corpses.
Pause.
And they contain a lot of gold on them. Just going to activate the pedestals to guide the light of Meridia and take care of these corrupted shades. Eventually, I make it all the way to the end of the dungeon where the party's getting really wild, and forget about it, this is just a massacre. Sit down, undead scum. Now for the prize. Oh, the damage isn't as good as I remember it. Aesthetic as hell, though. But with all that done, it's time to get serious.
I'll head back home if you need me.
With the help of Serana, I'm able to blast my way through Castle Volkihar before asking Serana about curing her vampirism.
It may have driven my family apart, but I'm still here, and I'm alive. I won't give this up.
An unfortunate answer. But never mind that, we must press on. Dawnbreaker paves the way for the Dawnguard, and we power our way through the last of the Stoneskins before offering the blood of the Goth Girl and opening a portal to hell. A cautionary tale if I ever saw one. Something tells me Todd has experience with this. Oh, and to continue further in the relationship, you must either become like her or offer a piece of your soul. He really made this as accurate as possible, didn't he? Joke's on her, though. I already gave Todd my soul when I bought Skyrim for the 3rd time. A little health from potions, and my crossbow is actually doing some respectable damage. I'm genuinely surprised. Follow up with some stagger strats, and we're well on our way. And almost died. Forgot about that part. Got my soul back from Todd, by the way. There's the second keeper, and there goes the third one. He didn't make it. We have a little mother-daughter time with Goth Mommy.
This stranger has done more for me in the brief time I've known him than you've done in centuries.
How dare you? I gave up everything I cared about to protect you from that fanatic you call a father.
Ooh, spilling all the tea today. With all the family drama laid out and bare, Valerica gives us one final warning.
There's a dragon that calls itself Durnevere roaming the camp.
And she was not lying. The one and only dragon we concern ourselves with in the entire run is here at last, in hell of all places. Well, he does what he does and summon hordes upon hordes of undead, which are easily dealt with. Just gotta wait for old Bony Boy to land so we can pot-shot him with some easy damage. Unfortunately, I found out after making the video that he's not considered undead by the game like he is in lore, so Dawnbreaker actually would have been a better option due to the universal fire damage, funny enough. Also, you may have noticed that the bowmen around me are getting damaged while I'm hitting Durnevere. Somehow the axe's enchantment acts like an area of effect for some reason. Not sure why, but it is useful. A couple minutes later of this fight, and Durny Boy is about ready to throw in the rotting, festering, mucus-dripping towel. There's the Elder Scroll. Out of the frying pan, ... and into the ice, where we learn the location of the last Elder Scroll.
Under deep, below the dark, the hidden keep, Tower Mzark.
Septimus gives us some child's plaything, and we descend into the depths. Now, as I alluded to earlier, Dawnbreaker is actually the better option for any enemies that aren't undead due to the burn damage and increased attack speed, so we will be spamming that sucker on these Falmer until they're blue in the face, which honestly is not a very hard threshold for them. A little bit of cleanup in the final room, put down the tin skin, crash the party, and sprint to the giant phallic tower of rock in the bowels of Skyrim. Once inside, I activate her buttons till she elders my scroll. Jesus, why do you guys watch this channel sometimes? I get high as f*** and start to see sounds until I'm led to the Cave of Wonders. After reliving my nightmares from the age of 6, I encounter some trolls and lay into them, before encountering the biggest caricature of what every gamer thinks they are.
Come forward. You have nothing to fear here.
I mean, look at this guy. He lives in a cave, he's pale as f*** from not seeing the sun for centuries, and he fancies himself a noble knight while having sympathy for the worst of all elven kind. Well, you're easily impressed. Anyway, he wants his brother dead, who he thinks betrayed all his corrupted brethren, and to get to him, we'll need to sprint through this cave and meet with some spectral prelates, filling up our sacramental water along the way to stay hydrated, so we can eventually reach the inner sanctum. But there's actually another little goodie we can pick up in the Forgotten Vale. You see, there are these frost giants, and they are no slouches. That one attack almost cost me my entire life right there. Best to take him out from range. But they carry these little things called paragons, which can be used with this little gateway to unlock secret areas which have piles and piles of treasure. Specifically, after you gather all the water for the Initiate's Ewer and unlock the final Inner Sanctum, you can place the Ewer on this platform and open a secret entrance to this room with a frost giant in it. Slay him and loot the ruby paragon, plug it into the socket, and be transported to this snowy hill with a bunch of trees in it. Inside you will find a few trolls and this Falmer warmonger wielding another legendary artifact of Auriel, Auriel's shield. All I have to do is just not get killed by the strongest Falmer variant, which apparently is a tall order at this point in the playthrough. Just gotta bait out some movement and bash him with my shield. And down he goes. Auriel's shield has a decent armor rating and stores the energy of blocked attacks. Store up enough energy and you can do a power bash, which unlocks basically a free unrelenting force attack. So that frost troll's dead. Also, it looks cool as f. By the way, just showing this because I know someone's gonna ask, but the dragons didn't spawn at the frozen lake. Probably because we never progressed the main quest to that point, and Alduin can't be bothered to come out to the Forgotten Vale unless he knows there's a dragonborn in Skyrim apparently. But now it's time to face down Archcurate Vurthur. Holy Stendarr above, it's like my comment section. He rage quits, I wake up and learn a surprising little detail.
You're a vampire?
Which of course means that Vurthur needs to go join Molag Bal with the rest of the rejects. The fight is surprisingly tough though. Vurthur has a lot of health and he deals quite a bit of damage with me at my current level. It actually got to the point where I had to focus down the Frost Atronach first and then take on Vurthur while he's alone to get much done. Originally, the plan was to have him repeatedly attack me to store up charges on my shield so I could blast him off the edge like I usually do, but honestly after a while I just got tired of him murking me. And then when I actually got all the charges I needed from the Frost Atronach, he just wasn't being lured to the edge where I wanted him to be. So I blasted him into next week to the center of the arena and just sent him on his way. Pretty decent loot, all things considered. Now we can grab Auriel's bow from Gelebor, the basement dweller.
If you wish to learn more about the bow, or obtain sun-hallowed arrows for it, I'd be more than happy to help. You've but to ask.
Well, that's actually super useful.
With sun-hallowed arrows, you would be able to produce a much more spectacular effect, causing bursts of sunlight to envelop your foes.
And it's as glorious as it sounds. It's finally time to face down Harkon.
Let's head back to Isran and let him see what we've got first. I'm betting he'll lend us a sword or two.
Yep, I think you're right, Serana.
This is the time of the Dawnguard!
With the final battle soon to start, I make a couple more preparations like snatching up some one-handed jewelry and luring these giants to train my heavy armor to level 80, and there's Juggernaut level 5, along with some other perks I picked up along the way. With my shield equipped, that's 451 armor rating, which will then be boosted by Stoneflesh, which I picked up off camera, making the total armor rating 511, which is close enough. Now it's time for some payback for Silja. I traveled to the Icewater Jetty just to make sure it's daytime before sailing off, and now it's time to unleash the power of the sun! And let me be the first to tell you that this power in this playthrough is no joke. Let's finish this. Now for the cowards inside. You filthy abominations! This is for my wife! I'll kill all of you! Do your worst, you filthy animal. Pathetic. That's the last of them. Time to see where Serana's loyalties truly lie.
You know why we're here.
Of course I do. You disappoint me, Serana.
No more. I'm done with you. You will not touch him.
Well said, Serana.
I'll give you a single chance to turn over the bow to me. There will not be a second.
What?
Very well then. You leave me no choice.
I don't know in what world he expected me to turn over the one weapon that's designed to kill him. Really, the hardest part of this whole fight is just getting in position to hit him because my axe is fully charged and it hits like a truck. And these sun-hallowed arrows have an area of effect sun damage, which is super effective against undead, so he's in for a rough time. There's phase 1 down. Yeah, how about no, buddy? This area of effect is no joke, dude. Get the hell away from me. That's phase 2. Always gotta resort to these underhanded tactics, don't you? Nah, that ain't gonna work. Phase 3. Please just stand still. Sir, I'm trying to have a little target practice against my mortal enemy. Can you please stand still? Fine, I'll just end this myself. Yes, that's right. T-pose for the camera before your soul burns in Cold Harbor. This is your fate as a vampire, Serana. Take notes.
I'll probably stay with the Dawn Guard for as long as they'll let me. They're respectable fighters, and I think they see the benefits of having a vampire on their side now.
Okay there, buddy. I think it's about time you get yourself cured.
You brought that up before. I think I was a little short with you. I'm not talking about this with you anymore.
Huh?
It may have driven my family apart, but I'm still here, and I'm alive. I won't give this up.
Oh, that's right. I forgot for a second that asking her in that manner apparently locks you out of curing her after the Dawn Guard questline. But thankfully, I play on PC.
It would be nice to not always be so thirsty.
Yeah, bro, you should definitely cure yourself.
I'll speak to Thalion. I've heard he knows about these things.
A few days passing, and what do you know? We have full-bodied human Serana again, ladies and gentlemen, complete with jaundice eyes. Vampirism does a number on your liver, so I hear. Now that you're fully human again, would you like to come with me to take care of all the wretched abominations, Dawn Guard style?
Thought you'd never ask.
Now let's get you outfitted with some Dawn Guard armor, and you can take Dawnbreaker, my dear. Looking good. Let's make sure to grab Necromage before we go for increased damage to the undead. Now then, time to break a few eggs. Our first targets are the civilized vampires, which unfortunately means Grelad here needs to go. She wasn't doing much good anyway.
Where'd you come from? It's Grelad. You killed the old hag before I even asked.
Yeah, got this note.
Perfect. Just the lady I wanted to see.
You owe the Dark Brotherhood a kill.
How about you?
No.
Well done.
Next, I report the kill to Commander Morrow to start the cleansing of the Dark Brotherhood, who has a vampire in their midst.
Every assassin in that hole must be put down.
Now then, time to die. Oh, what's this? Babette is a child? No, man, she's a vampire. She's like 300 years old. Really? You sure? So my lawyers are telling me that killing Babette, even though she's not a child, is a bad look. So here's Festus in her place. She's been officially off-screened. And we can't forget about Hearn and Hurt. Just gonna spawn his ass in. Two less abominations in the world. Next up is Falkreath to speak with the least paranoid Stormcloak sympathizer.
It was an Imperial plot, I tell you.
He has an ancestor who was set free from his grave. Surprise, surprise, he's a vampire. A vampire named Vigard, to be exact. Just gotta put down the Death Hounds and put Vigard back in the ground.
You're not as dumb as you look.
You know, my wife said the same thing. Next is Solitude. They have an intruder in their midst, masquerading as a court wizard.
There have been reports of weird happenings near Wolfskull Cave.
Yes, in fact, there have been reports of necromantic rituals taking place. By the way, I said this earlier, the Dawn Guard Rune Axe has this sort of area of effect and absolutely demolishes wards in the most satisfying way. I love it. I break up the circle jerk and watch Potema drift off into the night and report back to Falk before catching some lip from Sybil Stentor, our monster in the closet.
Vampires are clever hunters. More clever than you, definitely.
Not even hiding your true nature, are you? I've got ways of dealing with you. That's 85% magic resistance, which is the cap for Skyrim. A couple days pass and Falk comes crawling back to report that
Potema escaped.
And while ancient spirit form necromancers aren't exactly my mission, these catacombs do have a decent number of vampires. Now let's see what you got for me.
You've come far, mortal. But can you stand against my inner council? Let's see.
And just where do you think you're going? Well, that was a letdown. After defeating Potema and returning her remains to Styr, the priest of Arcade for Solitude, Falk is overjoyed and I get a unique shield. But something weird happens with Sybil Stentor. As if her plans to take over Solitude are foiled forever, she will wander off into our bedroom after the quest is complete and snuggle up to sleep. Forever. There is no waking up, there is no passing go and collecting $200, and there is no dialogue. She just stays like this for the entire rest of the playthrough, and it's my job to put her out of her misery. She will not be missed. And finally on our list is the tragic tale of Morthal.
The smoke woke me up. I was hot and I was scared. So I hid. Then it got cold and dark. I'm not scared anymore.
I'm sorry, the storyline is just disgusting. One of my favorite Skyrim stories, and definitely one of the more nuanced ones. Emil definitely didn't write this one.
My poor Leylette.
Dude didn't even realize it was probably charmed by a vampire. It's sad. And Hrogar is definitely not so lucky. At least it was quick.
Morthal is still in danger. The journal mentions Movarth, a master vampire I thought was destroyed a century ago.
Ah yes, Movarth, a legendary vampire hunter turned abomination himself. It's unclear how reliable his story is, written in the book Immortal Blood, as details of the Volkihar clan of vampires are not seen in the events of Skyrim, such as them being able to live beneath the ice of lakes and phase through them, but either way the result is plain as day. Movarth is indeed a vampire, and it's time for him to die. Up close and personal it is. He's finally gone. Just gonna clean up.
Now maybe we can put all this behind us.
Maybe you can, but I can't just yet. There are still vampires out there, and I must be prepared. With the remaining vampire layers mapped out, it's time to eradicate these mistakes from Skyrim. Let my wrath rain down for Silja. And finally, with all the feral vampires slain, there's just one more sacrifice to make. Serana, I think it's best if you go back to Fort Dawnguard.
All right, I'll meet you back at the castle.
I'm sorry, Valerica, but my soul won't be whole until your kind is erased from Skyrim.
No more.
Rest in piss, vampire scum. I did it, baby. I did it. I finally got them back for taking you from this world so early. I will never forgive them for what they took from us. Just keep safe in Aetherius, wherever you are. My time will come someday, and I'll be ready to embrace you once again. But for now, no more vampires will plague Skyrim.